We're expected to believe that they built things like this with a hammer and a chisel.
The lost empire of Tartaria. It was a unified civilization with advanced technology, and they mastered the ability to have free energy for the entire city.
We have to remember the expanse of Great Tartaria was so huge that it had a massive cultural and scientific level of influence over many other countries and nations.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tartaria is wild. Is this a conspiracy theory or a conspiracy fact? The internet has brought humanity to the age of information while changing the world as we once knew it. Nowadays, there are more opportunities to work from home, earn a college degree online, and access all sorts of information with a mouse click, all because of the internet. However, you can also encounter lots of wild ideas and theories about everything, which can be very confusing and often a distraction tool used by shadowy actors behind the scenes. For years, there's been a lot of talk on the internet about the Great Tartaria, often associated with the Mongol Empire. Some people believe that the truth about Tartaria has been hidden from us, along with its secrets as an advanced civilization. So, what exactly is Tartaria? What are the facts and what is fiction about all of this? Is it all a myth? Well, let's find out. Tartaria, also referred to as the Great Tartary, is a historical location that has generated a lot of discussion and conjecture. While some think that Tartaria was a vast race of technological advanced beings who lived on Earth long before humans arrived, others believe it was a strong kingdom that ruled much of Asia and Europe. Some have even asserted that mankind developed from them after the Great Flood of Mud, that they and most of their technological advancements were destroyed by this flood, leaving only the relics of their architectural designs. The government and wealthy individuals have been attempting to conceal their existence from the public since they stole their technology and claimed their relics as their own, according to true believers. The boundaries of Tartaria, according to some historians, stretch from the Black Sea to the Pacific Ocean and from the Arctic Ocean to the Himalayas. As a result, it would have been one of the biggest empires ever, with millions of inhabitants. In essence, the legend claims that up until roughly 200 years ago, most of the Eurasian continent was part of a vast kingdom known as Great Tartaria or Tartary. Depending on the internet source and their version of events, the Mongol Empire either came after this or was a component of it. Another exciting feature about Tartaria is that it is said to have had a very sophisticated civilization. Many historians think the Tartarians possessed an advanced political structure and expertise in science, medicine, and engineering. Many people also say that Tartaria was home to many brilliant philosophers and thinkers who made essential contributions to human knowledge, with many people thinking that Tartarians were a technological sophisticated race in charge of building massive cities and infrastructures worldwide. It is believed that Tartarians were a center of secret hidden knowledge, ancient wisdom, and technology that has been lost to history. This has led to the speculation that Tartaria may have been the birthplace of many of the world's most ancient mysteries and legends. Nephilim giants? Maybe? After all of these intriguing details, I could not help myself. I had to research more about this to find more conclusive proof that Tartaria was a historical empire. However, I was initially discouraged because I kept finding what seemed to be a collection of manipulated photographs and shaky antique maps floating around the internet. Additionally, many historians think that the whole thing is a fabrication and that the myths and legends surrounding it are not true. You see, I'm the kind of person who needs to see clear-cut and concrete evidence before believing anything, so I had to keep digging to make sense of all of this. After all, The government and those in charge have a track record of lying to the public and covering up their shenanigans. For instance, it has been confirmed for years now that the government denied the existence of the CIA MK-Ultra program from 1953 until it was finally revealed as truth to the public by the United States Congress back in 1975. There is also the August 2nd, 1964 Gulf of Tonkin incident, which was staged by the government to stoke American support for the Vietnam War. And those are just a couple of examples. Oh yes, we have been lied to way too many times before, but I digress. After more research, I found a few links to online materials that some claim to be declassified CIA documents describing Tartaria and its inhabitants. These declassified CIA documents have fueled more speculation and outrage about Tartaria. The records provide fascinating tidbits of knowledge about Tartaria, including mentions of its existence, cutting-edge technology, and influence on the world, adding to the mystery and conjecture regarding Tartaria's erasure, even though their veracity and legitimacy are constantly disputed by some. Now, there is a particular declassified CIA memo from 1957 that mentioned the erasure of the nation's history at the hands of communist assailants. The memo makes reference to a scientific revision of the history of Tartaria ordered by the Communist Party in Moscow, stating that Tartar history was to be rewritten. Chinese Tartaria and China seem to have coexisted on this map from 1824, where independent Tartaria formerly existed. Mongolia started to arise around 1850. China grew into an empire, and Tartaria is no longer visible after this, according to the document. Interestingly, if you find yourself having some time to spare, you can also find many pictures and old portraits online of historical events around the world, showing amazing buildings and Tartarian costumes and other building structures which some believe to be proof of free energy technology. Also, many of these pictures appear to be from confirmed world events and seem to have originated from legitimate sources. All of this begs the question, what's really going on here? Well, according to the evidence, there's reason to believe that up to a century ago, Tartaria was actually a civilization that spanned Eurasia and possibly parts of North America and appeared to be technologically advanced before it vanished from history. It also seems to be that only ornate and seemingly out-of-place buildings and lavish churches in Russia are all that's actually left of Tartaria. You see, this large Tartaria was not drawn in that area by 18th century map makers out of boredom or ignorance. Tartaria actually existed and was likely one of the most powerful empires from that era. But I'm not sure I agree with the notion that a biblical scale mud flood wiped out this empire. Yes, I understand that many old buildings have semi-basements, and how many monuments and cathedrals keep going underground, sometimes by tens or hundreds of meters. But I don't believe this is enough evidence of an empire-ending mud flood. However, it is very sketchy how many majestic building structures around the world were destroyed or seemingly reimagined as world fairs. After all, the world's history has a habit of being rewritten by the victors after every great conflict or conquest ever recorded. What I could tell you is that while it is fun to explore these theories and engage in speculation, all of this can also serve as a great distraction from more important things like working on yourself, learning a new skill to improve your quality of life, and spending time with your loved ones. My advice? Do not obsess over this. And please avoid getting lost in the never-ending world of obscure and addictive chat rooms. So, is the government covering up the truth about Tartaria? Are there any more classified documents about Tartaria that we don't know about? Well, I don't know, and I guess time will tell. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and drop a like on this video. Thank you for making it to the end. For more great content, please make sure to watch this next video. See you there.